Imagine walking into your regular one-on-one, and instead of the usual project update, your manager hands you a template and says, "We need hard metrics showing that AI tools are making you faster by September, or your role is going to be reevaluated." This is exactly the reality right now inside Microsoft. They are in the middle of cutting thousands of jobs across their sales, consulting, and Xbox divisions. But the real story isn't just about the people who are leaving. It's the warning shot fired at the engineers and product teams who get to stay. Internal leaks published by Business Insider show that leadership has put remaining teams on a strict deadline. Prove that AI is speeding up your daily work, or you might be on the next layoff list. If you look closely at these tech layoffs, companies aren't deciding who to let go based on the standard performance reviews, or who has been at the company the longest. Seniority doesn't protect you anymore. Instead, it comes down to what type of project you are assigned to. If your daily work directly supports their massive AI infrastructure or core products like at Microsoft would be Copilot, your job is relatively secure for now because that's where the company is pouring all of their budget. But if your team is a cost center like customer consulting or hardware marketing, then your budget is being trimmed so the company can afford to pay for its massive AI investments. This isn't just a one-time adjustment though. Microsoft is setting a brand new playbook for the whole industry. Every other tech executive is watching how they're handling this. So if you are a developer or a tech professional, you need to understand how to show measurable proof that you are getting faster using these tools, these AI tools, before your own company adopts the exact same playbook from Microsoft. I'm going to show you a quick way to build your own proof later in this video using a tool you probably are already having open right now. But you need to understand the mechanics of what's hitting us first. Because let's be honest, prove AI made you faster sounds incredibly vague. It sounds like something you can easily BS your way through with a few buzzwords during your annual performance review. It's not. Microsoft literally stapled a calendar date to it. Satya Nadella didn't just send a generic memo saying, "Hey everyone, use more AI." He demanded a formal compliance plan from every division by September. Think about how fast that changes the dynamic. Are you using AI? Is no longer a vibe. It's an internal dashboard. It's a form your director has to sign off on and grade you on. Teams that can prove they are faster get to keep their headcount, but the teams that can't, they get flagged for strategic review, which we all know is corporate speak for you're on the chopping block next quarter for layoffs. When the company with the biggest AI budget on earth makes this official metric, it becomes the blueprint. Unfortunately, every mid-sized tech firm and enterprise IT shop copies next. You've probably already seen those cheesy AI-first company slides at your all-hands meeting. Well, this is kind of what happens when that slide grows teeth. Now, executive leadership will obviously spin that as driving efficiency and building the future. But if you look at the calendar, a much dirtier reason shows up. Microsoft executed these 9,000 cuts on day 2 of their new financial year. That timing is completely intentional. Think of it like setting a household budget on the very first day of January for yourself. If you cancel a subscription on January 2nd, you save that money for all 12 months of the year. If you wait until November, you save it only for 2. So by firing 9,000 people on day 2 of Microsoft financial year, they instantly erased those salaries from their expenses for the entire upcoming year. They did this because right before the cuts, Microsoft stock went through its worst stretch since the dot-com crash, dipping nearly 20%. Wall Street analysts were getting nervous that Microsoft was pouring billions of dollars into AI data centers without immediate payoffs. By wiping out those salaries on day 2, Microsoft gives those analysts a clean, low-expense number right away. So the analysts write positive reports which convinces big investors to keep buying the stock from Microsoft. AI made us efficient becomes the perfect cover story to protect the stock price. And that's actually worse for us as developers. It means our job isn't even being measured against what AI can actually do yet. It's being measured against what your paycheck costs the company the second an executive needs a pretty number to show a Wall Street analyst. So, knowing that this grade is coming, you have two options. Wait for your manager to drop a template on your lap, or build a receipt right now on your own code before anyone asks. We're going to run a parallel AI audit that spits out a time-stamped, data-backed proof of productivity. I checked all of this against the official Claude code documentation online, so you can copy this directly. Step 1. In your repo, create a folder called .claude/agents. Think of this as a closed-door sandbox for a few specialized AI helpers. Inside of it, we're dropping 3 different basic text files. The first one is going to be called reviewer text file. And at the very top, you need to define tools for read, grep, and glob. That keeps it strictly read-only, so it can scan your code, but it physically cannot alter a single line. Give it one clear instruction: read my stage get changes and list the bugs from worst to minor, with exact line file paths and line numbers. Step 2, populate 2 more files the exact same way. One is called tester, and its single job is to generate unit tests for your changes, and one called security auditor that checks for vulnerabilities in your code. So now you have 3 hyper-focused agents completely boxed in so they cannot go rogue and break your environment. Step 3. Here's how you get the receipt. Run get add to stage your work and then execute this exact line. Read Claude-P. Review the stage changes using the reviewer, tester, and security auditor agents in parallel. --output-format JSON. The -p flag means prompt only. It runs headlessly without a messy back and forth in Claude. And the output format JSON tells Claude to dump the final analysis as a structured, easy-to-read data. Step 4. Claude Code spins up all 3 these workspaces simultaneously, reviewers the def, and drops clean JSON payload right into your terminal. Look, you didn't just write code. In less than 3 minutes, you ran a parallel bug sweep, generated test coverage, and executed a security audit. And you have a timestamp point proving it. That file is the exact type of proof Microsoft is forcing its teams to build. You are generating the receipt before your company even figures out how to print that form. And just to be fully transparent, obviously that's what I showed you is the mechanical workflow. You'll get your own timestamps and unique metrics when you run it on your local workspace. Get your receipts together now. So when your leadership is inevitably panics about margins, you're the one leading that conversation instead of reacting to it. Don't get caught off guard by the next internal reorg. Hit subscribe now so you can stay ahead of the curve. And as a quick thank you for hanging out here is my dog Caden, with absolutely zero AI anxiety and total job security. Honestly, I checked our last earnings call transcript for the word efficiency, and at this point, I'm pretty sure my boss just views me as a very expensive legacy API. Now that you know how the grading system works, check out this next video that I have where we break down the exact architectural skills that make an engineer impossible to replace. See you there.